Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game. AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get into it, as I say nearly every day, Scout Size, if you are a budding player out there, get signed up right now. Use the code SE50 to get yourself a discount. Get your videos in and it will be assessed by a professional scout from a Premier League team. Will assess your footage and tell you what your next steps are. You could be getting a trial at a professional club, so make sure you do that right now. You've got to be based in the UK. Zubimendi, Zubimendi, is about to be an Arsenal player. Even Fabrizio Romano is giving it the here we go. It is going to get done. Another Real Sociedad player for Arsenal. We've done a few, haven't we? Martin Odegaard, Real Sociedad. Miko Marino, Nacho Monreal. We do a lot of business with him. We gave him Tierney. You know, there's been a lot of business done between us and Real Sociedad over the years. I'll tell you what, the players that we bought in from Real Sociedad have all been good. Marino, I think, after a bit of a slow start, really picked it up. Looks like a really good signing. Odegaard, as we know, has been an excellent signing. And Monreal was good as well. So let's hope Zubimendi follows in those footsteps. As a matter of fact, funny enough, I was having a discussion with this with my daughter yesterday. And I want to ask you guys today in the comments. I think this, now I want you to take your frustrations of not getting a striker yet and sort of length of time and all these sort of things it's taken to do some of these signings out of it. I think probably behind Wirtz, this is the best signing of the transfer window so far. I don't know what you guys think, but Wirtz, obviously, I think best sign of transfer window so far. Liverpool pulled off a brilliant signing there. But then this is another brilliant signing that's been pulled off by Arsenal. One of the most sought-after defensive midfielders in world football. Won the Euros with Spain. Was wanted by Real Madrid and Liverpool. So think of the teams we had to fight off to get this signing done. Has been done at a very reasonable price. You know, we didn't have to pay the release clause. We've been able to negotiate a deal where we've been able to pay it in installments without having to activate the full release clause immediately. I think it's one of the best signings so far. You know, I look at the other signings. You could say Cunha, that was a good signing by Man United. Cherky, Reinders, but Cherky and Reinders didn't have the same amount of top clubs chasing them as what Zubimendi had. This has been a really, really top deal that's been pulled off by Arsenal. Now, we can moan, you know, because we've got to give credit when credit's due, because we can moan about things moving slow. We can moan about various different things, but that has been a meticulously done signing that they have pulled off for one of the most sought-after players in world football, and it's been done. And they've beaten off serious competition. So for me, I want to ask you guys, put it in the comments, one of the best signings of the window so far. I rank it as second. Who, though, is coming next? That's what you all want to find out. Defensive midfielder position, we already know that Thomas Partey, he could be on the way out. He could be going. And it's said that Arsenal are already moving for Lucien Agoumé. I spoke yesterday about some other targets they're looking at in that defensive midfielder position, but there's a lot of reports that Arsenal have now stepped up their interest in the Sevilla defensive midfielder, described as a sort of a Caicedo deep lying, playmaking midfield player with a lot of strength in there and a player that can really get around the field as well. It's said that around about £20 million could get this deal done, although that could rise. Manchester United also said to be in the mix of this. They're looking to try and hijack any possible move by Arsenal to get this deal done. But it's going to be one to watch. Lucien Agoumé, if Partey decides not to stay at Arsenal, Arsenal could make serious moves to him. So let's keep an eye on that situation. And Jorrel Hato, players I've been seeing being described as the new Jurrien Timber. 3 reasons for that. Number 1, he's Dutch. Number 2, he plays as a defender. And number 3, he's versatile like Jurrien Timber, where Jurrien Timber can play as a centre-back and a right-back and even a left-back. This player as well can play as a left-back and a centre-back as well. Probably could play as a right-back as well. He's very versatile. He's one of the most sought-after young players in Europe as well. Ajax are starting to get resigned to the fact that they could lose him. 2 clubs really in for him are Arsenal and Chelsea, but Arsenal said to be ahead of Chelsea and preparing a bid for Hato. Now, Ajax want a big fee for him. They're looking for around about 50 million euros, which is around about 42.8 million pounds. But Arsenal said to be preparing a bid to go in and try and get this Hato deal done. Let's keep an eye on this one. We're looking on it and thinking another defender. We like defenders. We like signing defenders at Arsenal, and he could be another one to add to the list. But let's keep an eye on that Jorrel Hato situation. But of course, it's a striker that everybody is looking for right now. And Benjamin Sesko's right at the top of the pile. I was at the tennis yesterday, the Queen's Club. Very lucky to be there. Thank you very much to everybody there that I met yesterday. Loads of Arsenal fans. Loads of just neutral fans asking the question, what striker are you going to get? I mean, it's the most asked question that I get asked every single day. Is it going to be Sesko or Gyökeres? They were asking it at the tennis yesterday. There's growing frustration, according to reports coming out of Arsenal, around Sesko for a few reasons. The one I reported yesterday about this reported release clause. Apparently, there's no way Arsenal are prepared to insert any release clause into any deal that they do for Sesko. The high price as well that has been asked by RB Leipzig is said to be frustrating Arsenal as well. They want 70 million euros plus, even more in some reports they've been trying to get. And also, he's reportedly got some high wage demands as well that Arsenal, again, are not really willing to meet some of the wage demands of his agent for Sesko. So this one is not clear and finalised yet for sure. There's still a way to go there. And it opens up the door for Victor Gyökeres for sure. He's seemingly, secondary to Sesko, according to all the reports. But he's willing to wait. And he's made Arsenal his priorities. There's even been rumours that he's willing to go and strike to get his move from Sporting if they go and push the price up too high. So the saga for a striker continues. Which one of them two is going to be, I really don't know at this stage. It's still Sesko the favourite, but maybe things will start to move ahead a bit quicker once this Zubimendi deal is announced, which is expected to be probably on Monday. And then AS today, the publication out of Spain, they're reporting that Arsenal are now going to press ahead to try and get the deal done for Rodrygo. Deco, the sporting director of Barcelona, almost confirming today that, Barcelona are trying to get Nico Williams, that Nico Williams has indicated to them that he wants to come to the club. That is where he's going to go. Even Bayern Munich, who've been hot in for Nico Williams, look like they're pulling out. Arsenal now turning their full attentions to Rodrygo. The deal will be expensive, £77 million plus. It could work out to be, Real Madrid could be looking for at least 100 million euros if they decide to sell him. And also, he also is looking for huge wages as well of around about 10.2 million pounds a year. It'd be a very expensive deal to get done. Probably more expensive than the Wirtz deal, because if you add in the wages, he's probably going to be looking for slightly higher wages than Wirtz. So it'd be a big deal for Arsenal to pull off. But they are pressing ahead to try and see if they can get a deal done for Rodrygo, the left winger, to bring him in at the Emirates. Let's see how that one goes throughout this summer period. Now, a couple of players that Arsenal have been looking at, according to Team Talk, they're claiming that Arsenal are amongst a host of clubs interested in the Porto right-back, Martim Fernandes. He's been playing at Club World Cup, has been impressing, still only 19, and a host of clubs interested in signing him as well. Manchester City, Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, they're just three, including Arsenal, that are really paying close attention to Martim Fernandes. Really said to be a top prospect. The only thing is, how many more right-backs are Arsenal going to have? You know, you've got Ben White, they've got Urian Timber, right? Them two are already battling it out. You've got Tomiyasu who's going to come back. Do we need another right-back? I mean, surely not, but I guess he's a top prospect. Anytime you've got a player that's hot and there's a prospect, the big teams are going to be looking at them, that's for sure. As they are with this next player, Emanuele Rao, who plays for Spal over in Italy. He's also only 19 years of age, a left winger who's really been sparking a lot of interest, again, from top clubs. And the Italian journalist, Gianluca Langari, he claims that two clubs in particular are very, very interested in signing the Italian under-19 player. That is AC Milan and Arsenal. A regular Spal last season. Played 38 games for them, 5 goals and 2 assists, all right, not amazing, but seen as a real emerging talent, a real top prospect, would be very cheap as well. Only got a year left on his contract. Could be probably one of those players that maybe Arsenal, if they did bring him in and develop him a bit more before bringing him through into the first team. But a left winger that they are looking at. I don't think that's the left winger we're all interested in seeing, but you've got to bring in these players for the future. So let's keep an eye on that one. Emanuele Rao, according to that journalist over in Italy, Arsenal very, very interested in. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, as usual, we are back here every single day with Transfer Daily. So make sure you keep it locked. Subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And thanks for watching the show today, and I'll see you tomorrow.